Alright, so welcome to Arc 2 of our D&D story. I'm your host and DM, Emma. And so let's start off by getting everybody's real life names and your character names. Let's start with our friend over here.
Hi, my name is Helen. My character name is Elodia. I'm a half-elf ranger beastmaster, and I have my beast companion is a barn owl named Percy.
All right.
Hello everyone, my name is Daniel. My character name is Meliodas.
Yeah.
I'm a dragonborn, paladin, and is that it?
Sure.
Yeah.
If that's all you want to be it.
I'll do it.
All right.
Hi, my name is Gentry. I'm playing a human fighter, Eldritch Knight, named Sir Maynard.
Hey, I'm Savannah. I'm playing a druid named Endurance, who is also a tiefling and is in the Circle of the Moon.
And not with us tonight is our good friend Sawyer, or Jorgensen, the dwarf bard.
Hello, Sawyer.
So, let's talk about how did we get here? How did we start off, and what happened in Arc 1?
Well, wow, it all started when we were in the village of Mistral, right?
Mistrethel.
Mistral.
Close.
We were all in the town for various reasons, except Sir Maynard. He didn't quite come in yet, but we saw that there was a weird puppet show happening. And so we went to said puppet show, and it ended up being a trap, you could say, and it was actually put on by basically a demigod, or
Full god.
full god, Sir Mask. And we were transported into this room full of doors, practically. And each door was a trial for each of us, personal trials. And we had to conquer our own inner fears or inner afflictions or past grievances. And we came to, and when we finally defeated everything, we came to and we were transported back. We ran into Sir Maynard, who also, curiously enough, went through the exact same experience we went through.
So let me ask you guys. I'm going to ask you guys to each kind of go through your individual rooms from that first session, with the
Okay.
exception of Maynard.
Okay.
And then I can describe Jorgensen's and our other friend Nigel that will not be sticking around with us for Arc 2. So, Endurance, would you like to tell us what your room was?
Yes. So when I walked into this room, the first thing I see, it's pretty dark, but the first thing I see are two wolf pelts, very bloody still, very fresh looking wolf pelts, hung up near the center of the room, which were the exact same color of the pelts as the druids that raised me, pretty much. So, and then there's this horrific looking abomination of a creature. It was very tall, very spindly, very gross, that was taunting me the whole time. And in order to get through the room, we had to defeat that creature, which I saw as a representation of my guilt and my grief and my anger of what happened. So
Okay.
that was my room.
All right.
Wow.
Meliodas, what was your room about?
My room was about one of my deepest fears of snakes. So, I was scared of snakes because one day I got jumped by a group of people who had a snake emblem on them, and so we got to go into my room and face a giant snake.
Yep.
Wasn't it like a really sandy room?
I remember it being
like
a
it was
desert.
like
It was like a
all
sand
the
room.
desert.
Like
It was in a covert.
Yeah,
It was-
yeah.
It was crazy.
That was crazy.
It was.
Yes.
So my room, we come through it, and at first glance, it was this glorious ballroom, like chandeliers, people dancing, food, the whole 10 yards. But for me, I began to see and approach the main host, And after talking with them, the room began to change for me, and I could only see that everything was actually just shattered. It was just a shell of a what everybody else could see of the ballroom, and everybody who was dancing were just dead zombies practically. And so for me, I had always been afflicted with nightmares that were horrible and awful. And so to defeat the nightmares, we had to open the curtains and reveal what was actually there, which were the zombies, because everybody else couldn't see what I saw. And so after we vanquished them, thankfully, but it was truly terrifying, to say the least.
Arguably one of the most intense rooms.
Yeah. All right, and so then our remaining two members, I'll go with Nigel's first. So Nigel, his backstory is that he was a wizard. Everybody thought he was a normal wizard, but he was actually a necromancer. And so nobody knew that about him until you encountered his room. So his room was just a village you walked in on, kind of dark, foggy, dilapidated, and you kind of walked on, and it was to this house that Nigel visibly noticed and recognized. And so it came out here that Nigel had accidentally killed some of his family with his necromancy powers, and he raised a kid as his own son, but it was actually his nephew, and his nephew finally found out the truth that Nigel had killed the whole family, and that was a very intense kind of emotional moment.
Yes.
But it was resolved, and Nigel kind of got some closure there. And so then we had Jorgensen's backstory, which Jorgensen is actually on his way right now. So I think we should pause the video and figure that out. I don't know if we can. Oh, we can pause. All right. All right. So Jorgensen is back with us, and Jorgensen, what happened? what happened in your room when you first encountered Mask in that very first session? What was your room like?
No, it wasn't Sir Papa Sir Glenn.
It was
That
later. It was the clown one. It was
It was the clown one.
With the axe.
I threatened many a small child, but it was not small child. It was just a bunch of cartoons. What? You don't remember that?
I'm thinking. I'm trying to remember.
I remember it because I had a lot of fun doing it.
Oh.
There was like little paper dolls everywhere,
Yes,
right?
there were paper dolls.
Oh.
Yeah.
And like I hit one
That's
and then it just put back together. I was just
Yeah.
like, that's not a child. Because I rolled a bad perception check.
Right.
Yes.
Oh,
And then-
yeah.
Yes, there you go.
Oh my gosh. Alright, fellas. Well, so that would be Jorgensen's room. So with that first session kind of out of the way, you guys ended up all conquering kind of your fears and everything. So then what happened in Arc 1? We're just
When
doing
we saw
recaps.
Sir Maynard.
Oh yes, you met Sir Maynard. Go on with your recap. I'll let you guys.
And then that was when we ran into Mistra, who we found. She's a little side character that we found in a hat shop that she and her brother.
Not a hat shop.
Was it a hat shop?
A mask
Mask.
shop.
Thank you. Mask shop. Mask
Very-
shop. Very important.
Very
difference.
important detail.
Mask shop. She and her brother were running a mask shop, and she was a worshiper of Mask, and that was part of why she was making masks.
Yes.
Because it was like a way to honor him. So when we told her, our goal was to go and find out more about Sir Mask and to see,
Also the coins.
and the coins.
Yeah.
That's right.
We
And
got.
the coins.
We each got a coin for defeating our trial in Sir Mask's torture house. I forget what it's called.
The Tower of Tricks.
Tower of Tricks.
Yeah.
And so we wanted to, I guess, seek out Mask to, I guess, put him in his place because he tortured us so.
And to
Through
see
going
why.
through that trick.
Like,
And
the
to see
reason,
why.
Like, why you do it.
Sir Maynard was trying to look for his shrine. We ended up at Mistra's mask shop just because she knew where the Shrine of Mask was and she could lead us there up the mountain.
Yes.
She had a brother too, and I'm
She had
like
a brother.
Beryl.
Beryl. Yes, Beryl.
Beryl stayed back.
Good old Beryl. Good old Beryl. Yeah, then we traveled.
Somebody got disappeared.
Oh, correct.
Yes.
Somebody had a little bit too much at the tavern one night,
Yeah.
and some other buddies did not check his room and just went off without
It's
him.
my fault. I didn't know he really existed.
And so somebody got kidnapped, Jorgensen.
Yeah. I woke up in a cat town.
Yep.
That was very nice.
We a wee little cat.
So what happened between kidnapping and the cat town? Everybody.
So I, as Sir Maynard, met everyone, and we searched for, and through asking Mishra, found out there was a like temple of Mask
Okay.
that was kind of abandoned or
Yep.
something. And then when we got there, we got like this scroll that had a clown on it and said like, "We've got him."
We've got your friends.
Yeah.
So I met Jorgensen, and then we went in and like traversed through there, made to like a room with. Don't remember I guess the cat. No, there was like a room, like a theater, and this
Mhm,
guy and girl dancing, and then like all these. Or we got attacked. Hold on, we got attacked first by these
together.
undead creatures.
On the
Weren't
way to
even-
the shrine.
Yeah, you weren't even at the
bodies,
shrine.
No.
bodies on
Yes,
their
that's
back.
correct.
Yeah.
And
And
we
they couldn't
fought them.
speak.
No,
Yeah.
and they were like, what?
And then we got to the shrine, went in, and then found the room where they were dancing, and there were like some of those things like watching, just sitting there watching, and so we ended up like fighting everything in there and killing everything.
Well, and like, didn't the ballerina, like, didn't they like turn around to look at us? Like,
So
I
what
remember-
We
happened
stopped the
was-
music.
You killed all of the audience members, all of those creatures that you
Yeah.
had previously fought. You guys thought to yourselves, "Oh, these guys must be bad. Let's just kill them now while they're kind of
Days.
down for the count."
Yeah.
And so you killed all of them, and when you killed all of them, the music stopped. The ballerina and ballerino looked at you and became gnarly creatures, and you fought them because they were kind of mad you killed their audience. So
That's right, yes. Yes.
And then we got a puzzle piece from it, right?
Yes.
you killed them, and then a puzzle piece showed up. Yes.
And from there, do we encounter the cat village from there?
Cat
we went
town.
next. Yes, we went to
Oh, cat
we went to a
town.
room, and then there was like it's like a diorama, but like horizontal on a table. Not that much. It was like in the center of the room, and it's like, is it as we approached it, we got sucked into it?
You got within 5 feet
Yeah,
of it.
Yeah,
It sucked you
and then
in.
it sucked us in. It turned us
One
tiny.
by one. Yep, we became tiny in this little box, and in this little box were a bunch of little anthropomorphic cat people
Yeah.
with swords. They were super cute. And Jorgensen was the leader of the cat people.
Yeah.
And was like, we're just restoring order in Cat Town.
Yes.
And then somebody had stole some
Cat.
Fishy snacks.
snacks in a barrel, and we had to figure out which cat stole the fishy snacks through a riddle that was very intense. That took much pondering
Yes.
and anger.
I was not gonna give up on solving
No,
that
we
riddle.
solved it.
We solved it.
We corrected the issue and got Jorgensen away from his cat leadership position after much persuasion. And then,
Did they bestow upon us another puzzle piece for solving the riddle?
I don't remember if you got the puzzle piece when you, like, from them, or if you got it after you hopped out of it.
That's
I
what
think
I
it was
remember.
after you got out of it. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
So you said goodbye to Sir Officer Glenn.
Who we will never see again.
I don't know. Probably not. But
He's dead.
He's died.
The horde of all those things came and crushed the diorama.
that would be unfortunate. So, Cat Town, you went to Cat Town, found Jorgensen. He had been, that they had essentially used the Cat Town as a prison for Jorgensen.
I had fun. I was called El Juez del Gatos, which is the judge of cats.
Yes.
Yes. That is my name.
And you made the cat credo, didn't you? Or
Yes.
Cat Bill of
Cat
Rights.
There's the Cat Bill of Rights. I can't read it out
There's
right now.
dancing.
I've already forgotten.
And
I've
there's
got him
dancing
somewhere.
orders. Wasn't it
Dancing,
dance?
I'll find
dancing
him
must
right here.
happen.
Yeah.
every
Yeah,
hour.
it's
I've
like
got
a
him right
meeting
here.
every
There you go.
hour.
Cat Bill of Rights.
like 5 rules.
Yep. There was
Let me find it.
No cat shall pee on another's territory without consent. Cats can freely distribute boots. No cat will suffer a witch to live. Cat dancing is mandatory at noon each day before cat lunch. And catnip is legal on Sundays for prayer to Boss, the cat god. All 5.
And thus, the cat town was brought to order. And so after the cat town, what happened?
Then we got out and went down a hallway, and there was like a demon room.
That's right.
You summoned a
Some-
demon.
We
Yeah.
just summoned. I think I
They
did.
summoned
Yeah, I went and
like
read
a
the.
chain demon.
There were dead bodies
There was a
on the
book.
ground.
And there was a book that was written in Inferno, correct? That was in the center, like kind of towards the. We walked in, and at the far end of the room, there was a book, and there were like skeletons and stuff and chains. It looked almost like a torture chamber.
Mhm.
There was a book. You went up, and I could recognize it was Infernal, and it was like a summoning charm, basically. And so we kind of thought, we've gotten 2 puzzle pieces. We probably should summon this thing if this is to, help us on our journey.
Mhm.
So we summoned it, defeated it. Yeah, and it took a lot of effort. It's
Yeah.
one of our harshest enemies we faced, actually.
Yeah, it was really hard.
very, very, very.
He
tough.
had chain weapons.
Yes, he did. Did he? Did he say something as he was like crumbling? Because I remember like whenever we defeated him, he didn't like.
Something like you won his respect or something.
Yes,
yeah.
Because I was about to say, he didn't like die. It was like just kind of was.
But he left the book flipped after we defeated him. The book flipped to a certain page, and it gave us a riddle. And I think the riddle was on.
If you just remember the generals of the riddle, what was it?
It was like beware of something.
It's basically like don't lose your coin. Don't be too quick to give away your coin.
There you go.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's
yes.
like kind of hang
That
on
was what
to
it was.
it.
Mm-hmm. And I'm trying to recall. At one point, y'all can correct me if this is the wrong order, but we got to this big, not cathedral, but like very big underground like complex with lots of like columns and such. Was this after the demon room?
So immediately after the demon room, I believe was, I don't remember if the fountain room was before the
This is
demon room or
transformed.
after.
Oh wait, never mind. Sorry,
Oh.
continue.
I think the fountain room happened, and you guys offered some pedophores to the fountain, and Mask took your blessing and blessed you with full health.
That's right.
Then you attacked the devil thing. After that, then you went to kind of this like underground complex. So that first part of the temple was all like illusory magic, kind of tricks and things. And then the second half was the actual temple itself.
Yes, and it was a very long hallways. The wrong word is big open room, very high ceilings, like lots of big columns, very dark. We had to, if I recall, Nigel, didn't he like use a coin like half light on it and was like showing us? I had dark vision, we both had dark vision, so we could see. But we encountered a little merchant / tradesman
Minty.
in this Minty. Yes, we encountered him.
And
And
we
we
encountered some bodies first on the
That's correct. Yes, we also
Charred
encountered
bodies.
some charred
Yes.
bodies that were very
Yeah.
much barbecued, very deep roasted, leaning up against the
There's
pillars.
Summer Slash, right?
That's yes. And
So we
it-
knew somebody else was there.
Yes.
That wasn't the dead people.
Yes,
Because they
No.
weren't
Some were burned.
They're burned. They're
It
badly
looked like
burned.
magic.
They weren't
Yes.
the demon things either, with the things on their back.
Yeah.
They
That's
weren't
what
the
I was saying.
creatures.
No.
It was
Yeah, I
like
hadn't seen
weapons,
the fire either.
They were
wasn't
the
it?
dudes
It was
with the
like
masks
weapon
on.
Yeah, they were.
slashes.
What was that?
It's like weapon slashes. Like
Yeah.
sword.
Yeah.
Flashes and fire damage, and so then we were thinking that there could be something in that room that killed them. So we kept that in mind
Mhm.
as we went forward, knowing that happened, that was not us. There was very likely other travelers or somebody in here trying to find the same thing we were. Then we encountered Minty,
Mm-hmm.
little tradesman, and we got.
Well,
Lethal.
what
Would
did
you
I
Malleus
was about to say
do?
there were some interesting things that happened.
Would you
there.
like to tell
Yeah.
us what happened, Meliodas?
So I commanded Minty, the trader,
Yes.
to give us a love potion, a few health potions, and
I think maybe some rope, but
I
yeah.
got a rope,
Okay,
yeah.
Yeah.
some rope too.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes. I thought I bought it, but yes. No.
That was a
no,
command,
probably
that was a
didn't.
command.
Probably
I think
didn't. I don't
some
know.
people bought stuff, and I forgot I had command.
Yes.
I bought health kits.
That's
which I
right.
still have.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. Indeed.
Yes, and then Lindsay gave us the health potion
Mhm.
and some of the health kits. And we ask him if he wanted to come along, and he was like, no, like I'm trading. you
Yeah.
know? So he kept doing his thing.
We were like,
Little tree
okay.
man. And so yeah, does anybody else want to like for as we progress from there? If I recall, was there not another room that was very similar to that one that we had to go through, or was that the only one that room was kind?
There was kind of a room with kind of 3 doorways you could enter through. One on the right side that was kind of intricate and had some like very fancy like bust statues.
Oh yeah.
One that was straight ahead, that was a dark path straight ahead, and the one on the left was a very old wooden door.
That's right.
Okay.
That's
And
right.
you guys chose the old wooden
I was
door.
about to say because we were
Wait,
like,
we didn't go through the filigree?
No, not first time. No, not the first time.
Oh, okay.
yeah.
The
I think
second time you did. but-
I remember
the
my
first
thought
time
process was like,
mimic,
oh,
correct?
it's been not.
Ah,
Yeah,
yes.
Mimic,
Yeah, I wanted to go open up the
Bite.
chest, and lo and behold, it was a mimic. It got me with its tongue. I think it almost ate me, but we killed it.
Yeah.
It took a lot though.
I mean,
It took
yeah.
a long time.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm never opening another chest, by the way. It's not gonna happen.
And then you
Sir Maynard
you
killed the crap out of it. I remember that.
killed the crap out
Yes.
Did you wrench it open? Like, how did it?
He just
I tried to
Wow.
like
With a
split it
sword,
open
right?
to see if it was
Yeah.
actually like a chest. If it had anything in it.
And so then you ended up going through a small doorway that was over there that was kind of disappointing, right? I mean, it was like a crappy old room. Do you remember what was in there?
And was there books?
There was at least one book.
What was
One book that you guys read.
Oh, it was a journal
Mm-hmm.
That's right. It was like a
written in blood
from like a cultist. It was
yeah, it was like cult.
cultist kind of
for
priest
Sir
of
Mask.
priest of no priest of was it a mask or the other? Okay, mask.
Yeah.
And it said just kind of like their daily activities.
So that one in particular, so you guys walked into that room and there was like a guy that had been crushed under a wooden beam, and it looked like he was in some sort of, priestly garb. And you found one journal in there, and it said something like, I don't know what Sir Mask is up to, but I love it. He said something, he mentioned the coins somewhere in there. But then after that, you guys backtracked into that room where there was like the 3 entrances, and you went through the filigree room,
Yes.
in which you found.
Wasn't it like some sort of altar
Mhm.
something? And we were like,
Right. Was that the one we had to push?
yeah,
It was
there was like
pushing
it
along,
was like Full Metal
And there's a
Alchemist
stairwell.
in Cathedral.
Mhm.
It was a secret passageway. I forget who perceived it.
I don't remember either. But it
But
was
Malleus
There were
pushed it
marks on the
over.
ground. Remember, did you
Oh,
see white
yeah,
marks on
yeah,
the ground?
yeah,
They're like
yeah.
it's been dragged.
Yeah.
It was like a temple room to Harkian, which is kind of like Mask's. So like Harkian is the ancient, Mask is like a god basically, but like Harkian's like the titan, and Mask is like kind of a underling.
Yeah.
Anyway, so you guys went through there, went through some tunnels, and you came to the very large circular room.
Yes. Is that there was one where it was like a not just a bust. It was like arms. Is this too soon? It was arms.
You're
It was
right.
like a creature-looking humanoid thing.
And it was like
arms,
holding
and it held
a
a sword, and it was like a crown, if I recall. Was it
Scepter.
It was scepter.
Scepter.
Thank you. Scepter and a crown. And there was somebody. Have we missed? We
There was a
missed
man,
something because
yeah.
This is correct. You're
No,
in the
no,
correct
no,
What
order
was
right
his
no,
now.
name,
no.
though?
You're right.
No, I am right. That's right. Because I was like, yeah, we met, encountered.
Name was
Man, his name was
Karovian.
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 Karovian. Yes, we met Karovian.
Yeah.
Oh, we're getting into the some Karovian.
This happened in the very last session. A lot happened in the last
I was
session.
about to say, last session was we encountered Karovian, who was very distraught because
He couldn't go through the doorway,
Yes.
but his lover could.
A Lune.
A Lune.
Yep.
And to get through the doorway, you had to apparently speak, like grab the staff
Truth.
and speak your truth.
Yes.
And then the statue would like tell you if it was acceptable or not. If it was, you got to pass through.
Yes. And obviously he was not successful.
He tried to tell his truth, and it wasn't the
Yeah, he
truth.
tried to say like he loved
A Lune.
Lune,
Mm-hmm.
and it wasn't working.
Yeah.
And so we all told our truths.
Mhm.
Do we have to go through that of what our truth was?
If you want to, you can. If you don't want to, you don't have to. You can make
If
it
we
quick.
can't.
Basically, like, I think, in my opinion, the most important aspect of it is that we all were able to relatively easily tell our truths.
Yes.
And this man was so stubborn.
He refused to tell his truth.
losing his mind.
So what did we do, guys?
So.
Jorgensen had the love potion at the time and large amounts of rope. So Jorgensen did an athletic check and then won that, and
Oh yeah, y'all tackled it.
yeah, we tackled it.
This dwarf tackle.
Because
Yeah,
he
the
tried
dwarf
to attack
attacked
you
the other
guys.
dwarf.
Yeah.
You went through you finally got him to confess, didn't you?
Yeah.
You finally got him to confess, and you went through and you found
That's
Alune.
Yeah.
Right.
And then he tried to kill her.
Oh.
And then
that's
you
Was
retaliated.
Oh,
I
that's
know he
what
used a
happened?
love
Oh.
potion before
I thought
though.
Yeah, I thought we did
To
that.
get
Yeah,
him
we
through
did.
because he would
We
not tell his lie.
There was only
Or
one
tell
way
his
to get
Maybe
him
that's
there.
what it was.
We
Okay,
never saw
okay,
him
I was
before.
wrong. Go on.
And we were
Okay.
trying to make him
Because if he was under the influence
Confess.
of a love potion.
well, not even confess, but just get him.
Yeah.
But yeah,
He
to
wasn't
die.
gonna leave without.
Because
her
that
or
way,
something
like,
that.
what we figured was that, like, his love potion kind of, like,
You
It-
are telling the truth.
you're
at
telling
that
the truth,
point.
your truth in the time, and so at that point, he was forcibly given the love potion, and when he kind of came to it, he looked at Elodia and was like, I'm in love.
Yes.
So he, in his truth, is basically, did he declare his love
Yeah,
for
he
you?
declared his love.
Yes, and he passed through the thing.
Mhm.
Because that was his truth, and we got him through, and that was when we encountered Ilune,
Mm-hmm.
who was in this other room, and he tried to kill her because he was super upset, and it was like a way to
Yeah.
like, prove his worth to you.
Yeah.
And it was at that point, what did we do to stop that?
I think we tackled him.
I
ta-
think
that
you
means
convinced
we-
him
yeah,
as
we
well.
we hard
We
fire
what?
or something.
That happened, but then also you were like, "Don't do it, don't kill her," and he was
Yeah.
like,
Of
course, my lady.
Grabbed him.
"Huh?"
Mhm.
That's what it is.
Somebody-
I just
He was
grabbed
grabbed
him
because he-
Somebody grabbed his
And we
like
just
sword
saw
hand.
him.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he was
and
disarmed.
then tied him
It was
up.
really easy.
And then I took his sword and kept it on.
That's
him.
right. And at some point we gave it back to him because we were
Yeah,
like, we need the
before
extra
we-
fighter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We almost left him.
So tell us about Alune. Tell us about Alune. Who is she?
Alune is a follower of Vader.
Vander.
Vander.
Darth Vader.
Vander.
She's a cleric of light. She's a drow, and she is from the city of Ilajan. Not that important right now, but so kind of the story between her and Karovian. Karovian was kind of a street rat. They liked each other for a really long time, and she wanted to get into the cleric school at Ilajan. She wasn't good enough to get into it, even though she's a very good magic user. She didn't have connections or money to do it, so she didn't make it the first time. So she wanted to use her coin, spend it at the Altar of Mask to be able to get into the cleric town, or the cleric place. And she actually summoned the Tower of Tricks herself. She did a ritual to do that. She's a beast. And then, and so Karovian didn't encounter the tower. He didn't go into the tower. He did not get his own coin. And so he was just banking on the fact, he's like, oh, she'll spend her coin, get money for us, and then we'll live a happy, comfy life.
Yeah, and he found out that's not what she wanted when she told the statue her truth.
Yeah.
And that's why he was so mad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Her truth was that she wanted to use the coin to have a second chance
Mm-hmm.
at the magic school.
Mm-hmm. No, to get into the magic school.
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
just straight up get in.
Yeah, exactly. And so, so that's why he kind of also was a bit on a mental break there. He was kind of from the whole from the illusory part of the dungeon. He kind of took some psychotic hits. So anyway, so that's what happened there. But go on, guys. And then you guys kind of
Wait.
long rested.
She was there because she was stuck behind a door she couldn't get through. Turns out the puzzle pieces we put them together and it worked as a key.
Yes.
Then after we'd rested, we opened it up, and there stood with a bunch of like bandits was
Right.
Mishra's brother, Veril.
Vero.
Yeah.
Monkey Vero was out
Vero.
to get us.
We had predicted,
the whole time.
or
We
Jorgensen
thought
had
about
jokingly said
Yeah.
No,
that
no,
Veril
jokingly
was
predicted.
the actual bad guy earlier.
And Misha's very offended.
Yeah, we offended Mishra
Many
quite
times,
a few times because we didn't know what was her deal. Because she would
Yeah.
never fight. We always ended up being battered by monsties. So
She just kind of was there.
Yeah.
Jordan didn't know when to shut up, so she just kept getting mad.
True.
And it was just like, oh no, what have I done? We gotta keep going.
but Beryl was actually
All that
the bad
repair
guy.
He was.
And the
You'd say
whole
so.
plot.
And
Except,
the, one of the plots was that I think it was Mistra's truth that her sister had passed away.
Mhm.
Because the truth of what was going on was that Beryl had basically taken her sister's body and was collecting
Coins to bring her back.
to bring her back to life.
And
So
yeah.
he was murdering people that
Yes.
came into the shrine trying to spend their coin.
Yes.
He had been doing that for a while.
Yes.
When did we find out that spending your coin would get you something?
It was not
Because it was,
Yeah.
you guys kind of had the assumption because he was like, you know, I'll give you a gift now. When he initially gave you the coin, he was like, you've won my respect. And so Maynard the whole time had kind of had it in his head he was going to the altar to spend his coin.
Okay.
And so he kind of
I just
hinted
wanted to
that
get
to
the
you guys.
bottom of Mask and why
Yeah.
he was doing what he was doing. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So the body was there. You fought Veryl. Veryl was very difficult to fight. But you guys, I think Jorgensen almost died.
Yeah, he
As
was
per usual.
severely-
Yeah.
Well, there was the bear traps. We kind of reasoned that a little
Yeah,
bit.
we
Bear
did.
traps
Bear
were before the
traps were-
demon lord.
Yes, the bear
Yes.
traps proved an issue for Jorgensen.
Oh
Yes.
my gosh.
And then the demon lord also almost killed.
Yes, Jorgensen was very not well off sometimes.
Yes.
And then Beryl merely
He was.
shot him.
Oh my goodness.
His bow was scary.
He had a very terrifying bow.
His bow was
Yes.
Which
monster.
Elodia acquired at the
Yeah.
end.
I did.
Yes. And
That's
after him and all his kind of mirth, we killed them. And or did we saved Beryl for last? if I
Yeah,
recall.
that was
Yeah.
kind of an intense moment.
Yes, and we
It
were
was super
debating.
intense.
And we were
Because there were
debating.
barricades up. He was like in a
Yeah.
Balcony area.
balcony area and he was barricaded off. So we had to break through we had to do attack turns to break through the barricades and then come up to him.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, he was like slinking around and like
Yes.
going behind
Oh, he's
stuff.
bad. Well, yeah, and Mistra was with us when we went and encountered
She
him.
actually fought.
She actually
Yes, she
fought
actually
it.
fight.
Yeah.
She
Yeah.
almost died.
She
though.
decided to side-
Multiple times.
So Mishra kind of had
Everybody, like,
this.
shot at her.
Yeah.
Mishra had like this moment right before the fight started where she kind of decided would she side with Veryl. Veryl tried to get her to join him,
Yeah.
but she was like, "No, this is wrong."
Yep.
And so that's why she joined you guys. And so then, kind of the final few moments, Maynard finally got Veryl kind of knocked down, but he wasn't quite dead. Go ahead and describe that.
And then, well, Jorgensen knocked him out.
Yeah.
Okay,
I
sorry,
didn't
sorry.
want to kill Mishra's brother, and
So,
then
yeah, we knocked him out, and then he was still alive, and
picked up his-
Maynard took his coin to look and see what was on it, because each coin has something different on it. And I did that, and he turned into one of those monsters.
Yeah.
right. Oh.
Because I took his coins. So then we learned that's how those monsters came about. Is they took their coins away and
Yeah.
they turned into monsters.
And
You
there
guys
are
didn't
all these-
describe the moment when the
It was
the
disgusting.
coin.
Oh yeah.
Okay,
earlier.
back it up. Back in that room. Back in the room, you guys entered that room right after you encountered Minty, and you went into the room with the 3 doors. You went through that door to get into that room, and there were some unwarded, like the zombie things.
Mhm.
And so you fought them. Somebody charmed one of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't quite remember that, but yes.
And we had a moment there.
And then it came up to me,
we made
and
friends.
what did it say? It said
Gift.
gift, and it was like wanting a gift, and I
To
held
me.
out my coin to it, and it got like yes, like really wanted it
Yeah.
really bad,
Yes.
and
We
then
ended up killing it.
it like looked
Yeah.
sad, like it really wanted it really bad, and I put it away, and then we killed it.
Yep. So you
So-
kind of figured something out
Yeah,
there.
they wanted
Yep.
the coin.
I had a feeling at
There's
least.
a connection.
Well,
So-
I think then maybe we were thinking like maybe the way to change these creatures back was to give them the coins. I mean, we didn't necessarily know. I'd say they used to be people. I guess I think we probably had that assumption.
Oh, it
maybe.
didn't change them back.
Yeah, it
because
didn't.
we threw them at them at the end. We got like
Yeah, that's
rushed
right.
by them. And we
Yeah,
just
that's
started throwing the coins to them because like a bunch of them came in the room after we killed Veril.
And it just stopped.
And then we threw the coins and they would get it. And whenever they got a coin, they just like died.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. So it didn't change it back, but it does kill.
I just like how Beryl made her.
I was like, oh.
Okay. Whoops, sorry.
Like right in front of Mishra.
She was kind of traumatized. And so then, like,
Oh,
Maynard.
Mishra slit his throat.
So Maynard.
After he turned.
Maynard took his coin, and as soon as Maynard took his coin, he put it back on Veril. When he saw what happened, he was like, oh crap. And so then, like, Veril, since it kind of happened within such a short period of time, kind of regained a little bit of something going on in his brain, and he just looked at Mishra, and he was just like, end it. And so she just slit his throat right there.
Yeah.
That's some mental trauma
I
right
was
there.
about to say, he's just traumatized
Slit her
now.
brother's throat.
Mistra's still with us.
Oh, poor Mistra. Mistra and
All of them.
yeah.
Karovian. And Karovian is still under the influence.
Upgrade.
Yeah, certain
love
love
potion.
potion.
Oh.
He's got some hours
So
left.
yeah, so you guys, at the end, when you finally kind of put the unwarded to rest, there were a few coins remaining, including the ones you had for yourselves, and you offered them, and Mask appeared, and you offered them on the altar, but not without holding a coin. So you held a coin, and you offered a coin, because you knew the second you offered the coin that you would die, because that's the whole trick. People go to the altar and they offer their coin and they just die.
Yep.
Like that's it. So you guys kind of got the trick, and you were able to get a wish from Mask. And I think all of you also wished to be uncursed. Like some of you said, ah yes, I wish to be uncursed. And so you no longer have to hold the coin with you.
Yes.
That was kind of a
Yes.
yeah, because otherwise if your coin was taken you would be like dead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what did we all wish for?
You wished.
I wish for Percy to be buffed out. Percy can now change into a giant owl as kind of a attack turn, and I can ride on him. It is wonderful. I also retrieved what was Mistra's brother's name?
Veril.
Veril. I retrieved Veril's stinking
Mega
studded
bow.
bow.
Yeah.
So now that's like 2d8 damage.
That's crazy.
Plus, I'm proficient in bows and arrows too, so that's my dex mod.
What did Malleotis wish for?
Meliodas, I wish for a weapon upgrade. So I got like a javelin, like the Mask of Javelin. That's like black. It's like pointed on both sides, I think.
Ooh.
And it has like some engravements on it, I think.
Dang.
But yeah.
Does it
Yeah.
glow?
Yeah,
I think it like glowed
glows.
purple kind of in
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was my upgrade.
Yeah.
Me. I asked to go home
To
to
the
the mountains. Yes,
Yeah.
because I had some unfinished business there, and then I realized I didn't wish to get my coin away.
We'll say you did.
Okay, but I did wish to get my coin away. Anyway,
We'll
and
pretend that
then
everybody did.
it's
Because I
like-
think that's probably good.
okay. Yeah,
Well,
that's-
we figured it out. Like,
yeah.
yeah, we eventually figured it out. Someone else had 2 coins,
Yeah, you
and then
eventually-
and then we
Everybody's
figured out
good.
how
I'm pretty
to get.
sure everybody
Everybody
eventually
did.
I think
Yeah.
everybody did.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that happened for Jorgensen. He wanted to go back to the mountains.
There you go.
Maynard?
I wish to become a more powerful mage.
Indeed.
And
oh, because you want to go to the mage school too, right?
maybe.
Oh no, you just really like it.
Just wanted to
Right.
be stronger in magic.
Well, we're gonna have to interrogate him about that.
And I ended up getting a feat because of that.
Yes. The ritual caster feat. Was that?
Did I get my book then, or have I
Saved
received it?
it. Okay. Yes.
I
What'd you get?
asked for an upgrade to my wild shape, aka beast form, and I'm now able to change into a dire wolf for my beast form. One of my beast forms, which is super cool. It's got more attacks, power, and all that. It also has a cool. There was a certain print that you said it was. I'm trying to remember. I think I have it written down. It's like black and white, and it has red eyes, if I recall. Like it has a certain pattern to it.
It looked cool. Whatever
It looked
it
very.
was.
It was very cool looking.
Did
though.
you draw it?
No, there was like something online that it was like based off of,
Okay.
but I remember it was black and white. I think it's
Did I
back.
look it up?
Yeah, because you said you were like, look at the
Not
wolf
twin.
from blank, and I was like, yeah, I remember.
Oh,
it
Twilight
Oh,
Princess.
Oh,
yes.
yeah.
You look like the wolf Link from Twilight Princess.
That's
what
a
it is.
great wolf.
Yeah,
Great wolf.
that's a good wolf.
Yeah, he's
All right.
got a ring.
Wow.
So,
Ooh.
guys, that was our summary of Arc 1 and the initial session. So I think now we're ready to start Arc 2, guys.
Hey.
So I'm gonna go ahead and stop the video right there so we don't have just like a 1,000,000-hour YouTube video. And yeah, all right, thanks, guys.